Hey, welcome back to IBC 2014 in Amsterdam. I'm Michael Artsis. This is your live continuing Teradek coverage from the International Broadcasting Convention. Thanks so much for joining us. We're in the Vitech Group brand booth. Teradek is a Vitech brand. It is amazing here. We're having so much fun. We're doing great stuff. OVide is here, Sergey from OVide, and you've got the Smart Assist. Now, my buddy, Nils Johnson, good friend of mine, is an amazing guy, really, really great guy. He's probably watching right now. He watches a lot of great stuff. Hey Nils, how you doing? He is the first person in the US to buy this product that you have. We're going to get into it. Nils does 24p playback on movie sets, on television shows, on all sorts of stuff.
Everything.
Pelham 1, 2, 3. He was Night at the Museum. He does the Coen Brothers work. He was on their one, I can't even remember right now.
He did The Amazing Spider-Man 2. That's where he first used this device.
And he was the first person in the US to have this
and it was actually
2.
worldwide maybe number 2 or 3. So he was a really early adopter like 1.5 years ago.
So walk me through this product. It's a Smart Assist and playback device, monitor, all built in one for movie sets, commercials, all that stuff.
TV shows, The thing is, Video Assist is a complex job, but there were very few options out there. One of the very best was to run QTake software. One of the problems of QTake, it's really great, but one of the problems that QTake has, and that's why Nils bought this unit, is that it needs a MacBook or a Mac Pro, whatever, a bunch of capture cards, converters for the outputs. So it's a bunch of cables, bits and pieces. So we're actually a rental company. We did love QTake, but it was too much of a hassle for a rental company. You have to take care of all the cables, plugging, unplugging, and diagnosing it. And it was so big and complex to set up. Although QTake actually itself, it's easy to use, but the hardware was hard. And it was difficult to run it on batteries.
That's how Nils had it set up when I was at the Llewyn Davis movie. That was the Coen Brothers movie. Michael from Teradek and I went down there, and he was using the Teradek products on set, and we hung out with him and made sure everything was working and checking it out. It was super cool. And so we saw what you're talking about, and it took a whole cart to put this one little setup together.
So now you change your cart for like a all-in-one solution. Everything's inside. You can power it with batteries. It's a touch screen, which makes QTake much more user-friendly. You can navigate it through it with it easily. You can change to live. Of course, we don't have any video feeds right now. You can play back your clips. This is something we recorded in our booth some minutes ago. And then, the nice thing is that everything you need is actually inside. So if we take a look at the back, that's what I'm going to do. A bit carefully. So you say it's 40 inches thick. We can power it with just one camera battery. You have 2 HD SDI inputs, 2 HD SDI outputs, and these are fully processed. So we can apply color corrections, we can apply DVEs, composite. We have composite outputs, so analog outputs, timecode in and out, analog in and out. We have USB 3 ports, and this is a nice thing because we have a 1 terabyte SSD disk inside, which will handle up to 50 hours of ProRes recording for video assisting. But you can, of course, extend it using USB 3 external hard drives. You can record directly onto them, or just copy or import whatever from the internal to the external disks. Then you have an Ethernet connection to connect to network devices. Then I told you we can power it with camera batteries, but we also have block batteries or power supply inputs. Any of the 4 available inputs is rated 10 to 30 volts, and we will also have 12 volt outputs for accessories. So if you are using large hard drives that need external power supply, you can use those. It's regulated. And one camera battery, like the one we're using right now, this really nice Anton Bauer, will run for 1.5 hours, even more. It just depends on the battery of the actual capacity you're using. But you just run it on a camera battery, and maybe when you came to see Nils on set, he was running on huge batteries or even always on mains. It was really difficult. So we take good care of it. So this is actually running for 1.5 hours, non-stop, on one battery. And 2 video feeds, fully processed. It's really nice. One of the things we took a lot of care, and Nils probably told you about this, this is so processor intensive that the computer gets really hot, and it's hard to use it in hot environments. So we improved a lot the original cooling of every single board we used. And not only we improved the cooling, but we also decreased the amount of power we needed for the fans.
How long did it take you to put this all together?
Well, our first prototype was ready in about 3 months. But then, as we actually didn't want to sell it, we built it for a rental stock because we didn't like what was in the market.
Sure.
I spent a lot of time walking around the booths and stopping by Teradek saying, okay, maybe they built something else besides the wonderful wireless things you do. So we couldn't find it, and we built it for ourselves in about 3 months. So then we started using it on set, and we said, okay, we made it, well, things like, a couple of things we changed, like, okay, this is a touchscreen, but sometimes you want to wipe it because it gets dirty. We're not surgeons, so we have dirty fingers, and then it becomes a bit dirty. So if you want to clean a touchscreen, it's just a whole mess.
Sure.
So we said, okay, why don't we put a screen lock button?
Very nice.
If you use a keyboard and a mouse that you can still use if you like, because we have USB, it will still be working, but screen is locked right now. So we also added a headphone output. And another thing we did is that, okay, I was on set, and then I saw those little LED lamps that they give away in any trade show because they needed to read the camera reports and call sheets and stuff. And I said, no, that's stupid. Let's put a reading light there. So we had it in red color so that you can read in very dim environments, or white, so you have you see here what is the LED that actually the lamp is doing, right? So these are things that we kept on adding.
This is a phenomenal product. It's really great. I like it. And you can, because of the outputs and stuff, you can hook up a Teradek device to it, and you can either stream to it, or you can stream out of it to go to on-set monitors and stuff.
You know, you can power your receivers right from the outputs. We actually use the same connectors you do.
Limos.
That's Limo, 2-pin, that's standard. We don't want to have special connectors, and you're always wondering what the pin out is, and you lose your cable, and then you're lost in space, you just borrow it from the camera crew.
You know what Nils would do if he lost his cable? He'd wire himself a new one. He's amazing.
Yeah, but
I couldn't do that.
But you know the good thing, he has a bunch of these connectors because it's a standard.
Of course.
So he doesn't need to worry
about
what was the connector those guys use. And not only this, we use a lot the Pro bolts, but not only this, it has Wi-Fi antennas on top of it. So we can actually receive a Teradek Cube, a streaming signal without the receiver. Yeah, we have. Well, actually,
so we could hook a Teradek up to
come here and let me see, because I'm looking at it from the other side. So it's oh, I promise it is
so
somewhere.
We could have a Cube stream to this.
Yeah, directly.
That's pretty awesome.
Oh, Teradek Cube. It was here.
Okay.
Because I'm looking at it from the wrong side.
Right, because you pulled this out of your boot, so it's not connected anymore. But you could connect to a Teradek Cube.
Yeah, and just type in the Teradek address, and I just receive it.
Wirelessly be transmitted.
And you don't even need to put the receiver on there.
Wow. So you can go in and out. That's really unbelievable. I'm very impressed by this. How much does this cost?
This is in euro. Hardware is 14,800, and then software starts at 3,300.
Right.
So it's roughly $17,000 and 20,000.
The other way, 17,000 euro, $20,000. Yes.
That's the start point. You can add lots of licenses like compositing, editing, streaming to iPhones, iPods, iPads. Any Apple device can receive wirelessly.
That's really
up to
awesome.
16 systems on set.
That's really an awesome device, and I think that's a pretty reasonable price. I mean, when you think about the whole cart of gear that Nils had when he put this together, when he does this, that this all now is basically this, and maybe a Teradek device or two.
Absolutely.
And I mean, you got rid of the batteries, you got rid of everything. All he needs is this and a pair of headphones and cable it up.
Yeah, that's it, and it boots up in just 15 seconds.
Wow.
So with his old system, probably it took him sometimes like 5 minutes to start up, because most of the times when you start up, one of the cables was unplugged, maybe one of the external boards didn't turn up. So we take care of every single thing. It's not just everything on a box. There's a control board inside which is taking care of everything.
Where do people get it? If do you have resellers, or you sell it direct?
Yeah, absolutely. We have resellers worldwide, and we sell directly to the countries where we don't have resellers.
How did you go from being, hey, we're going to do this as rental, to, all right, now we have to sell this?
Well, it was actually a request from the customers.
Yeah.
Actually, we didn't mean to sell it at all. We just built it for ourselves, and then some companies started calling, okay, I was in a shooting the other day, and I saw a machine, and I want to buy it. And we said, no, we're sorry, it's not for sale. We just built it for ourselves. So like the third, fourth, or fifth time you get that question, you say, okay, maybe we should sell it. And now we're glad we did start selling it, because we've sold units right from LA to Japan, and from Sweden to Melbourne,
and New York.
Sydney.
And New York,
of course. Yeah.
That's really awesome. I really like it. I'm very impressed by it. I think it
Thank
does
you.
everything you'd want it to do and a little bit more. I think it's affordable for what it is.
Yeah.
You know, it's not like it's cheap. It's the price of a car, but
Yeah.
but you get what you pay for, and it's a good value. What you're getting is you're replacing an entire slew of gear. So I think it's really phenomenal. It's very needed, and it does the job. It's a great smart assist device. I think, you know, Jerry Lewis created Smart Assist. I think he'd be very proud of this. Has he seen it?
Yeah, he
Do you have any
created
idea?
Video Assist. Yeah, that's what they say. We
You're going to
don't
go by
really know,
that.
but yeah.
You're going to go by that. We're going to go by that,
Yeah.
right? Because that's
Yeah.
what everybody says. So,
Yeah.
you know, it's kind of like where baseball was actually created. A lot of people believe Cooperstown. A lot of people believe Hoboken, New Jersey. Other people believe other parts of the world.
Yeah.
You know, so sometimes you just have to believe what
Yeah, we'll
they
stick
say.
with Jerry Lewis.
There
yeah.
you go, Jerry Lewis. So he'd probably love this thing. I don't know if he's seen it, but
Would be proud to.
yeah. Well, thank you so much. I really
Thank you.
appreciate it. You were awesome. Thanks for coming on. This is your Teradek's continuing coverage of IBC Live here at the Rye Convention Center in Amsterdam. I'm Michael Artsis. You know, that's it for me for today. I want to thank you so much for joining us. We have a lot of great hosts coming up for the rest of the day. You got a lot more great coverage. And of course, we're back here tomorrow and Tuesday with more. So keep it locked here. Just keep it on Teradek. I got to thank the crew. They're amazing. James, Peter, Joe, they're all unbelievable. Blaze Streaming Media, and Andy as well. Michael from Teradek, Michael Gehling is phenomenal. He makes all this happen, and thank you to the viewers for watching. I'm Michael Artsis. I'll see you again tomorrow. Enjoy the rest of our coverage, and be terrific.